What's up? It's Tom. I appreciate you being here. We got a lot to discuss. I had a hard time figuring out who to lead off with tonight. There was so much going on, but I want to go to Kaelen Culpepper because the Twins' most recent first-round pick in this year's draft, because I just haven't been able to show a lot of him, and man, was this dude busy. Kaelen Culpepper playing shortstop for Fort Myers. Turns a couple double play balls here with Kyle DeBarge and Derek Bender at first base. You'll see him make a really nice pick over there in a moment. But this is all from today. Dude was busy over there throwing some seeds across the diamond. You also see Kaelen Culpepper getting a double here. Really big game for him. So much fun to see him playing with all of these draftees from this year. Nice pick by Culpepper. Nice pick on the other end from Derek Bender as well. So that was super fun to see him play. And then also, we're going to take a look at some more guys. Again, they haven't been able to share a ton of video of these new draftees, and they're playing at Fort Myers. This is Billy Amick over at third base, a second-round pick from this year out of Tennessee. Here comes Jaime Ferrer out in left field, making a nice adjustment to make this catch. Fourth-round pick out of FSU. And Derek Bender, we already saw a little bit of. He also hit his first professional home run here, opposite field blast. He was a sixth-round pick. And a fun moment here, his teammate Daniel Pena greets him at home looking for the helmet bump, and Bender just headbutts him and sticks his tongue out. He's apparently a character. I heard people in the Cape Cod League, somebody I think said it was their favorite player to cover was Derek Bender. Kyle DeBarge, first-rounder, 33rd overall pick. It's an opposite field double here to score 2 runs. Next up is DeBarge again. Actually, excuse me. He's kind of a shortstop by trade, playing second because of Culpepper. And then Caden Kendle, 5th-round pick, all out, making this catch. Really tremendous effort to make that grab. Wow, what a play by Caden Kendle. Again, the 5th-round pick in this year's class. But, wanted to get those guys out there because we haven't got a chance to show them off much, but the big story of the night, of course, is Zebby Matthews. Going 5 innings, picking up a dub for the Twins, gives up 2 runs on 5 hits and no walks, of course, because he's Zebby Matthews. Topped out at 96.6 miles per hour, threw 77 pitches, 63.6% were strikes. That was maybe the only thing. Other than that, it was a Zebby start. Other than he didn't throw as many strikes as usual, which maybe that was a good thing. And, the guys were... They knew what to expect. These days, even guys coming up for the minor leagues, there are extensive scouting reports on. The Royals knew he was going to be throwing strikes, and he did a great job. Again, 5 innings, 2 runs. Awesome performance for Zebby Matthews, making his major league debut in a tough situation. Eno Saras here from The Athletic, who's a big-time pitching guru, loves all the stuff, plus really can analyze the metrics. Calls out that basically, everything that they had data on from his minor league stuff translated over to his outing tonight, So what a positive way and a surprise start for Zebby Matthews. The Twins had that doubleheader on Friday, so both Bailey Ober and Louis Varland had pitched then. They couldn't pitch today, so the Twins needed a spot start. Maybe that's all we see of Zebby for now, and he goes back to St. Paul, but that wouldn't be bad either. Sometimes it's nice to get a guy up, have a nice experience, go back to AAA. I'm sure there's plenty he learned, and next time he comes up, if nothing else, he'll be more comfortable, if that's even possible. He looked a little bit amped up compared to usual to me, but other than that, again, it was Zebby Matthews. Threw like you could expect him to throw. And the Twins, how nice was it that the lineup went out and scored 3 runs for him in the bottom of the first inning just to take a lot of pressure off, and then kept on going. They won 13-3 over Kansas City. They won on Monday. If you're newer to the channel, I don't typically do recaps on Mondays because the minor leagues are off, so that's why we didn't have a video yesterday. But the Twins did win yesterday. So 2 in a row against Kansas City. That's pretty notable, obviously because Kansas City's right there in the AL Central. The Twins are competing with them as much as they are Cleveland for a playoff spot in general. So these are massive games. But one of the things that people who dismiss the Twins call out how bad their record is against winning teams, and that's a thing. Can't hide from that, but back-to-back wins against a good team, back-to-back wins against a couple of guys having really good seasons who started for Kansas City, too. So, yeah, Zebby Matthews, again, if you couldn't catch his line from when I was rattling it off, there it is there. Shout out to Josh Winder. Once again, 2 more shutout innings for Josh Winder all of a sudden. Looking intriguing, and this is just, with Zebby Matthews, with Josh Winder, with Christian Vasquez, who's turning it up all of a sudden. There's just layers upon layers of guys to where, there's injuries all over the place, and the Twins just keep having to turn to more guys, and a lot of them are stepping up, or there's guys who are stepping up to bigger roles or getting hot at the right times. It's really great to see. They scored a bunch of runs tonight. There was a lot of guys that had good games, but Miranda and Kepler had 3 hits each. Got Kyle Farmer, got his first homer of the year. That was a great moment. He got the silent treatment in the dugout. So the boys were having some fun, too, today. Awesome game, awesome win. Zebby Matthews again, man, that guy showed out. Great debut. Andrew Morris, another debut. Andrew Morris moved up to AAA, making his Saints debut. And right away in the bottom of the first inning, Michael Hellman, Deshaun Kersey's probably a little rangier out there in center field, but Hellman gets that above him on the triple. But they have the contact play on. Bannon makes a nice play at shortstop to cut him down at home. So I think that alleviated some pressure off Morris. He did give up a home run in the bottom of the second here. A 2-strike pitch, maybe not slider to the lefty, maybe wasn't the best idea, but nice catch by that fan. But that was it. That was the only run that Andrew Morris gave up, and Michael Hellman helped him out huge here with his gutsy catch, man. Crashes into the wall. You see he's a little shaken up. That was a great catch by Michael Hellman. And then Morris kind of settled in from there. He didn't miss a ton of bats, but he got 2 strikeouts in a row in the third inning. I think those were his only 2 strikeouts of the game. So he had to use his defense a ton, which in the minor leagues is kind of sketchy sometimes, but Saints defense was good tonight. There, Edouard Julien catching a well-hit ball over at third base. I believe this was Diego A. Castillo making a play. So he got some good support from the defense. Andrew Morris goes 6 innings, gives up the 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in his AAA debut. So great to see out of him. Again, the defense really supported him in this one. Just 2 strikeouts over 6 innings, but only 2 hits. So that was good to see. And here's a breakdown on Morris's baseball savant data. Since he's been in Cedar Rapids and Wichita, the 2 affiliates we don't have this data on, I wanted to kind of pull this up and take a look at what we have. Keep in mind, this was his first outing with St. Paul, his first outing of the year with this tracking available, so maybe take some of this with a grain of salt. But topped out at 95.7 miles per hour, a very varied arsenal with 23 four-seamers, 21 sliders, 16 cutters, and 14 sinkers of his 81 pitches. Had a 70.4 strike percentage, so Zebby Matthews and Andrew Morris, right-handed pitchers who throw a ton of strikes, don't walk a lot of guys, are four-seam, fastball, slider, cutter, heavy. There's quite a few similarities between those 2 guys, and we hope that it doesn't get to the point where in a couple starts Andrew Morris is having to be turned to, but at the big league level. But, man, the pitching pipeline, wow. What a year, what a day. I mean, there's Morris's overall line in case you missed it. Only needed 81 pitches to get through 6 innings. Byron Buxton was taken out of Monday's game. Unfortunately, he's had an MRI. I think it's hip once again, which has been an issue in the past for him at times. Doesn't sound serious, but, we'll wait and hear what happens. If he has to go on the injured list, Deshaun Kersey Jr. might be the guy to come up. Center fielder, having a really nice year for St. Paul. But we'll see, and maybe Byron's going to be back tomorrow. I don't know. That's, I don't know. Not sure that that's off the table. Twins win. Mighty Muscles win. Everybody else loses. I think let me just reach. Yep, that covers everything on my. No, there are actually two more things I wanted to call out. Scott Blewett, who was in the Twins bullpen but did not pitch, got designated for assignment to make room for Zebby Matthews. So I'm not sure that he'll be around anymore. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. And then Matt Bowman, who I talked about the other day on Sunday, who had the opt-out. The Twins did not put him on the active roster. He has opted out of his contract. He's a free agent. I probably would have liked to have seen them add Matt Bowman because, again, he's relief depth. Another one, CJ Culpepper got promoted up to Double-A. There is other promotions that happen too, with these guys moving up to the Twins. Everybody else kind of has an opening, so there's been a bunch of promotions, which is so nice to see for those guys. So CJ Culpepper had a bit of an injury, minor injury plague, but injury plague season, gets to Double-A. He's on a roll too. He's been pitching really well. So there's nothing else I'm going to touch on. We're ending it there. Thanks for watching. We'll talk again tomorrow.